And I think it's very important for the Packers to be not only competitive, but to be really a strong presence in the NFL.
I think I can speak for everybody within our football space, just how appreciative we are of Mark.
In my position, I've always wanted to leave the organization better than I found it.
I'd say he did just that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Inside the Huddle presented by Network Health. Our 25th season. Thrilled to welcome first-time guest, former Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy. Mark, thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, not great circumstances with how the Packer game went on Sunday. Kind of walk me through what it was like watching that game for you.
Oh my gosh, it was playing. They were playing so well, and they were up 9, and it was difficult to watch. And I mean, credit to the Broncos. They made the plays.
They're a good team.
Oh yeah, they're 11 games in a row, but it was a very winnable game. And the loss was tough, but seeing some of the injuries, that was. I really feel for obviously the players and Micah. I think we know that's it's a torn ACL. And Matt LaFleur and Brian, they put so much time and effort into things, and Ed Policy obviously is first year as president. Things were looking so good, but it's the NFL. It's injuries are part of it. When we won the Super Bowl in 2010, we had 15 players on injured reserve.
That's wild.
Yeah, and but I just hearing some of the things that Matt's been talking about is. Nobody feels sorry for you. It's
not at all.
It's like they got to rally together, and big game coming up. Really strange that got the Bears
two times
in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that before, but it's a good chance to bounce back, and it's it's going to be a challenge. But I have an awful lot of confidence in Matt. I think he's really done a good job, and I think. I think they'll respond well, and that was a tough one. It was tough to watch, and I know it was really tough for the players.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like you mentioned, we have to start with the terrible news. Star defensive lineman Micah Parsons tore his ACL in that loss. He will miss the rest of the season. That injury happened in the third quarter when he was rushing Bo Nix. He went down and immediately grabbed his knee.
Hurt to see. Will be missed on this defense. Y'all all know his impact. But that's give us, more guys up front, more opportunities when they come to, rush, cause havoc. But, with his absence, we got to step up front.
It means a lot to these guys. There's a lot of time invested into it, and it should hurt. I mean, why are we doing this if it doesn't hurt? So, but obviously these guys, like I said, they're a tight, connected group. And when they see one of their brothers go down, I mean, nobody wants that in this game. Whether it's your own teammate or it's the opposition, you hate to see injuries.
Parsons said on X, in part, I may be sidelined, but I'm not defeated. This injury is my greatest test. A moment God allowed me to strengthen my testimony. I am deeply grateful to the Packers organization and my teammates for their unwavering support, love, and belief in me during this season. I will rise again. He had been such an outstanding addition this year, leading the team with 12.5 sacks and an absurd amount of quarterback pressures. That's really a tough loss because of how well he had been playing and how much he changed that defense.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The impact he's had is the statistics say something, but just watching the game, and he frees up opportunities for his teammates. Mm-hmm. So, it's going to be, you can't replace him. But, when I look for, players like Rashawn, first-round draft pick, Lucas Van Ness has been injured. I think he has an opportunity now to really show what he can do, and Kingsley Keke will have more opportunities, and he's taken advantage of the opportunities that he has had.
Yeah, absolutely. There is good news on the injury front. Back to Green Bay.
Since Christian's been back from his rehab, he's done some great things and been that explosive playmaker that we needed. So, with him going out, I think, we still got plenty of depth in that receiver room and other guys that played plenty of ball and could step up and make plays. And, I think we'll have no problem kind of filling that void if he's got to miss time. But, it's just one of those things where it's tough. You want to have all your guys out there, and injuries are a part of it. But, I think we got plenty of depth in that room and plenty of guys who are playmakers as well that will have no problem if he is out.
The team also lost Evan Williams and Zach Tom to injury. That's tough as well. We don't know the status of their injury. All right, time now. Let's get some good stuff. Time for the one call that's all play of the game. The Packers' first touchdown of the game came on an unbelievable throw by Jordan.
I've been asking him to call that all year. I've been waiting for that, especially when we know that, in the red zone that we get man-to-man coverage. I'm like, I like me against a linebacker anytime, and it's crazy because like 2 or 3 plays before then, we was talking about like, man, we need to call it. We've been repping it, and then we called it. And I was trying to tell him, like, man, just trust me. For the play call, I'm like, bro, just trust me. Throw it up there. I got you. And he was like, man, I was throwing it either way. I already knew what you was going to do. So shout out to Jordan for that.
Yeah, I thought he did a hell of a job. Obviously, that touchdown reception was huge. Broke off a 40-yard run. Probably should have given him more opportunities when you look back in hindsight.
That was presented by Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All. You obviously were in charge when you brought in Josh Jacobs. He really seems like he's been a great addition to this team, not only on the field but in the locker room as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was, he looked like a very polished wide receiver making that catch. I was really surprised. I think it was like 3rd and goal from like the 15. I thought the Broncos would play zone, and once you saw him in man, I think Jordan's eyes lit up.
Yeah.
He had an opportunity, but it was a great throw and catch, and Josh is just a great player, and I know his teammates really feed off of his energy.
And you can tell, obviously, he's playing through injury. He's playing hurt. He has that knee injury. The guy's out there playing all the time.
He's old school.
Yeah, he is. They like that a lot. Coming up, we're going to look back at Mark's accomplishments since taking over in 2007 and how retirement treating him so far when Inside the Huddle, presented by Network Health, returns.
With the 23rd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the 13-time world champion Green Bay Packers, for the first time since 2002, draft a wide receiver, Matthew Golden, wide receiver of Texas.
We were back here on Inside the Huddle, presented by Network Health, your hometown advantage health plan. Was that ad-libbed?
I went off script. And, especially the part about since 2002, but I knew our media and our fans were obsessed with the fact that we haven't drafted a wide receiver in the first round. So I was excited to let people know that And it's funny, once I said for the first time since 2002, I think everybody knew right away.
100%. And I remember, I think Brian that night said he didn't know what you were going to say because he turned in the card to you and he's like, what's going to happen? But it was awesome.
Well, usually when I go off script, it doesn't go well. So I'm knock on wood.
That was great. Let's talk
and I'm
the draft.
really glad it was an easy name to pronounce.
That's a great point because there's definitely not easy ones. That draft was a massive undertaking. Feels like everything went about as good as you could expect.
Yeah, I tell you, we're really so pleased with the entire organization, and obviously it's something the league is. I think we were talking earlier, been on the road now about 10 years, and just it's amazing what has become. And we kind of raised our hand about 10 years ago. What about Green Bay? And I remember somebody from the league office saying to me, "Are you serious, Mark?" And I said, "Well, I think the draft in Green Bay would be pretty special." And I really it was the second largest crowd ever.
Incredible for the smallest market in pro sports.
And this the energy and that whole week, just people were so excited and. It was pretty special, and really, I think it's probably something that we'll see the benefits of this for many years to come. In terms of the not only just Green Bay, I think the whole state.
Do you think there's a chance it comes back?
In a long time.
Okay.
I think because almost every city now wants to host it.
Okay.
And so I think it probably. In the next, probably the next generation of fans, I think we'll have it. Maybe Ed Policy's last year's president.
That's a great segue. Shortly after the draft, obviously you retired and Ed stepped in as your successor. I know you didn't make the hire, but what made you confident that Ed would be the right man for the job?
Well, Ed and I worked together for 12 years, and there's no question he was ready, and he'll do a great job. He already is, and. I'm very, very confident that the Packers are in good hands.
What have you liked from what you've seen from him early on? Obviously was part of the massive swing to get the trade for sure. Micah. Obviously Brian played a role in that as well, but what have you seen from him his first couple months?
Yeah, well, he's got a great football background. I mean, kind of grew up around it, and I think he's obviously very bright. He's not afraid to make difficult decisions, and I think Packers are in very good hands.
Absolutely. I'm interested. What are game days like for you now? A little bit different because obviously
relaxing.
I can imagine.
It's fun when I was president. I would watch the game with our general manager, either Ted or the Brian, and Ed was always part of that as well, and Russ Ball. And it was kind of nerve-wracking, because you know how much is how much is at stake and how important it is, and a lot about maybe some injuries that people are dealing with, and but I'll say I still enjoy watching the games, but I'm much more relaxed.
I can imagine. What is
to be honest, after a loss like we had to the Broncos, I was kind of glad I wasn't on that plane ride home.
Yeah, probably a little bit easier. Easier to swallow. Yeah, because there's times when us in the media were behind you guys or in the elevator with you, and you can feel just the tenseness, the sadness, and stuff like that. So, what has retirement been like? I know it's not full retirement.
I was going to say, the worst when we lost to Seattle.
2014.
I don't want to even bring it up. Yeah. And the NFC Championship game, that's as tough as it gets.
I can imagine.
And this one was, that was a tough loss.
Yeah.
Especially playing so well and knowing the kind of year that the Broncos are having, but. So, enough about that.
Yeah. What has retirement been like for you? I know it's not a full retirement. You're still doing things.
I'm still busy, but obviously have a lot more flexibility. And, with my job with the Packers, it was, 24 hours a day, Now, maybe not 7 days a week, but it was pretty all encompassing.
Yeah.
And but I'm keeping busy. Really enjoying my work. I'm the executive in residence at UWGB. And really enjoy that. I've been on the Council of Trustees at UWGB and have a lot of confidence in, and you and I were talking earlier, how much college athletics is changing. Really have great confidence in Chancellor there, Michael Alexander, and Josh Moon, the athletic director. I don't know if I bought a golf course a couple of years ago, so I'm more involved with that, really enjoying that. When I say, do you ever see the movie I Bought a Zoo?
I have not, no.
All right, well, when I say I bought a golf course, I kind of feel like it's just like, who buys a golf course? But
I think every avid golfer would love to buy a golf course. That sounds great.
But it's, we had a really good year this year. The weather was great. Max Walton Braes is the name of it. It's up in Bailey's Harbor. It's the best golf course in Bailey's Harbor. It's also the only one up in Door County. There were rumors that it was going to be sold to a developer. So my wife and I love Door County, love Bailey's Harbor, and we wanted to make sure that it stayed a golf course.
That's great.
Yeah.
Golfers, they definitely appreciate that for sure. And just like that, we mentioned it's Bears week again. We'll take a look at another big matchup, this time coming at Soldier Field on Saturday when we return on Inside the Huddle. Welcome back to Inside the Huddle, presented by Network Health. It is a quick turnaround for the Packers. They play on Saturday night in Chicago against the Bears. Obviously, those two just faced off in Week 14. Green Bay held off Chicago on that Keyshawn Nixon end zone interception in the final minute, and the Packers know they'll have to turn the page quickly ahead of Saturday's game.
Everybody faces adversity. Everybody faces injuries. Everybody has challenges. It's the National Football League, and you can't do anything that's out of your control, and it's all about how you respond to it. And our guys are going to have to get back into the training room and get healthy, and we'll put together a good plan and then just go compete on Saturday night.
Big game against the Bears in Chicago, so everybody be ready for that. But we just got to get back to work and prepare this week and get our bodies back. But we've been here before in these tough games where each got to stay together and keep going.
When you took over as president in 2007, the Bears led the all-time series 88, 79, and 6. Since then, Green Bay is 30-8 against Chicago. They have a 13-game lead in the rivalry. I have to imagine that's a sense of pride for you.
I did not realize that, but it is a sense of pride. I remember when it was like the Packers are about to tie.
Yeah.
And, so how many more? 8 more than?
30-8, 13-game lead now.
13-game lead, yeah.
Helps when you have two pretty good quarterbacks in that time frame, or 3 with Jordan, obviously.
It's a great rivalry, and it's one of the best in the league, and it's been great to be a part of it. And I do have to say their new coach has made a difference. It's Ben Johnson.
Helped.
Yeah, they're playing well, but it was a great win for the Packers, and I'm confident they can go in. I know it's going to be a challenge for Matt and the coaches to, get over this loss, kind of put that behind, and get ready to go down and beat because you win this game,
back on top of the North,
the NFL is such a. I mean, each week is so different, and you go down, you beat the Bears, and things look a lot different. And the reality is, there's injuries are part of the game, and you can't make excuses. And I think they'll play well. It should be a great game.
Should be. Do you have a favorite Bears memory that sticks out to you?
Beating them down in Chicago in the NFC Championship. Yeah, it's hard to beat that.
That's a great
B.J.
point.
Raji scoring a touchdown.
That was the refrigerator Perry of the Packers. Absolutely. All right, a reminder, you can visit us on social media, ITH Green Bay on Instagram and Facebook, Inside the Huddle on TikTok. Find us online at ithgreenbay.com. And you can listen to the Inside the Huddle podcast on Spotify and anywhere you get your podcasts. We'll be right back. All right, let's get away from football now for Milwaukee must-sees presented by Visit Milwaukee. Your favorite places to visit?
Well, first of all, I love Milwaukee. It's one of the best parts of Wisconsin. It's a German restaurant, Mater's, I think. My wife and I have been there. It's just, we love it. I love to go to Brewers games and had fortunate enough to go to a number of Bucks games, which is great. And is it Carnivores? If you really feel like some meat, go to Carnivores.
Absolutely.
But, no, it's such a great city, and I think people, it's kind of like Chicago's little sister or little brother. But it's really fun to go down and visit it.
Absolutely. That was the MKE must-sees presented by Visit Milwaukee. We'll be right back. You're watching Inside the Huddle presented by Network Health. We talked that Bears memory earlier, obviously beating them in the NFC Championship game. What sticks out to you most about the Super Bowl 45 run? Besides that.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I wish I could have done that again.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I'm just so happy for Ted, and it was, I think we were the first 6 seed to win a Super Bowl, and it was just one of those things that everything came together at the right time, and kind of reminiscent of this year with a number of injuries.
Yep.
We had a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
And
Charles and Donald went down in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and we had 15 players, I think, on injured reserve.
Wild.
That's the reality of the NFL is you're going to have injuries. You have to have depth, and that's where Ted Thompson and Brian Gutekunst have done a great job in terms of always looking to add and make sure you have enough depth, and looking to add key players that can make a difference.
Yeah, and we'll see. There's definitely a chance this team, all you have to do is get in the dance. Get in the dance and you get a shot, as you said. You found that out in 2010 when they won the Super Bowl. We'll see if the Packers can do a similar thing again this season. Thank you so much to former Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy for joining us. Thanks for watching Inside the Huddle, everybody. Have a great week.